Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. We're kicking into 2014, folks. Let's make it a great one. 2014. What a trip. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Love has no obligations or expectations. When you love, whatever you do because you want to do it. It becomes a pleasure. It's like a game, and you have fun with it. When you love, you don't expect something to happen. Whatever happens is okay, and hardly anything disappoints you. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 25, NASDAQ down 2, S&P's off 1, gold contract down $17.30, trading at $1,196 an ounce. Silver off 45 cents at $19.59 an ounce. Platinum off $19 at $1,357 an ounce. Copper flat at $3.38 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1 at $99.23 a barrel. 10-year bonds up 9 ticks at 123.09. 30-year up 18 ticks at 128.27. King dollar down 394 ticks at 80.14. You get the euro up 49, trading at 137.98. And the yen is out there at 105.09. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We get a holiday week still happening. You get light volume. You get a flat market, sideways move. So what we've had here, bottom line, that's what we have happening in the marketplace. We'll see what type of action we get here coming into Thursday. We're going to talk a little bit about some tax selling in a few minutes, though. Dow Industrials. Dow's up $25, and we did $439 million out there versus the 423 on Friday. NASDAQ Composite flat, sideways move, down $2. We did $1.3 billion versus $1.9. Now, if we go into the SPY, the SPY, what we have is this. You're up at highs, no juice. If we take a look at the weekly basis on here, what you're going to see is that last week we made another high. The week prior, we did $750 million. We made a higher high last week with $256 million. Bottom line, no one's in the store. People are still spending their money. Dow Industrials, we take a look at the 3 Qs, rather. The NDX 100. Inside the NDX 100, we take a look at it. We put this up also on a weekly basis, and what you're going to see on the weekly basis with the 3 Qs is that the prior week we did $204 million. You got to a higher high last week with $73 million. So your benchmark on that on the 3 Qs, folks, is 86.68. You get under 86.68, and you can expect a downdraft inside the NDX 100. Now, inside the NDX 100 today, what you had bringing it down versus bringing it up, you had Facebook was back $1.73, Priceline was back $17.42. You had Vipple Communication down 16 cents, and Amazon was off $4.71. If we do go over to Priceline for a second, let's just see what kind of juice she came off with. Okay, so check this out. On a day that we have no volume, bottom line, Priceline comes off the highs, comes off with some volume. We did 184,000 shares out there. We're at 1152. That's saying it's going to run into 1148, number one, and we'll see what kind of acceleration we do have as it's going lower. We also had out here today is Apple had an expansion of volume also, folks, okay, which is unusual, by the way, for holidays. So what we had is this. Apple did 8.8 million today. The Apple had a gap, folks, at 551. Now, it came down to 552.32. What that says is this. It's going to finish loading that gap, and we'll see if, in fact, it has another expansion of volume. Right now, Apple had a high volume swing low on December 18th at 538.80. So that's saying, guess what, 538.8 wants to get tested. We'll see, in fact, if that's what happens. With tomorrow, you're going to remember something. There's the last day that you're going to have tax selling. We had tax selling out here today. Tomorrow's going to be the last day that is happening. Gold contract. Let's go over to the gold contract. So we have a gold out here. Gold pulls back $17.60. We do 72,000 contracts. Now, this little baby, folks, has been acting correctly for about the last week and a half. And what it is this. The physical contract took out or got into didn't take out the swing point, got into the June 28th swing low. The bottom of that is 1187. What we did do on the 20th of December, we violated that by $1. Dramatically lighter volume. It's been building cause last few days. Today what we did, you did 72,000 contracts, but that 72,000 contracts, folks, is coming against 200,000 contracts. Now, what I do expect we're going to see, because it is the last day of tax selling, is that there's going to be pressure in that market tomorrow. So 1186 is game in order to go after that. If we go over and take a look at the XAU and the HUI, the XAU, we pulled back $1.91 today, and the HUI, we pulled back $5.38. The HUI is much weaker at this point than the XAU. XAU basically got back inside its range last week. Then what it did, it come back outside of the range this morning. Bond market. Let's go take a look at the 10-year first. If we take a look at this 10-year, what you're going to have with the 10-year is this. Let's see. Ten-year right now is trading out at 123.08. Now, what we had is this, folks, okay? This is the second time that the 10-year had hit 3% in about the last 6 months. The first time we hit 3% on the yield, it hit like a split second. Backed off. This time here, it did it overnight. Opens up this morning, guess what? As soon as it opens up, rejects the lower price, does it with dramatically lighter volume. We're at 335,000 contracts. That 335,000 contracts, folks, was coming against, let's see, she's coming against, I got to bring it up, she's coming against the September level. If I bring the TLT up, you're going to be able to see what she's doing. She is going, okay, so when we got below there last Friday, it was 4.7 million shares versus 8.9 million shares versus 13.2 million shares. Bottom line, you've come into that lower level, contracted volume, rejected price, and I expect what you're going to see now is that you're going to see that baby going up on price and down on yield. Right now, we're at 2.972. That's the 10-year. We go over to the 30-year. We take a look at the 30-year. And, you know, well, let's talk about the 30-year first. 30-year, we do 104,000 contracts. That little baby was going against the December 6th. So she was going against 428,000 contracts. That's exactly what you want to see, folks, if, in fact, you're bullish on bonds. If you're bearish on bonds, you'd want to see it come into that price point with an expansion of volume, not a contraction of volume. And we came in with a contraction of volume. And I can tell you, on a contrarian type of view, it is absolutely amazing. If you were listening to any of the financial news out here today, all it was about all day is how rates are going to go up dramatically in 2005. I mean, 2005. How about 2014? Bottom line, you know, we'll see where the rates go. But my take right here, right now, is that what you're going to see is that this 10-year, the 30-year, in both cases, it absolutely rejected lower price. It did it with lighter volume. And guess what? That means that you're going to start moving to the other side of the trend. And the other side of the trend means that we're going higher and lower in yield. If you come over to TFNN, folks, a week from tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a webinar. And the webinar, folks, is going to be on 3 sectors to watch in 2014. I'm going to be talking about the bonds. I'm going to be talking about the S&P. I'm going to be talking about the real estate sector. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, you can come over to our website at TFNN. It's a subscriber event, but you have until next Tuesday. You can test drive Market Insights absolutely free for 30 days. Normally it's a 2-week test drive. You can test drive it 30 days right here, right now. You can come to the subscriber event. That is going to be next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We're in the Dow up 25. NASDAQ, S&Ps are flat. We're going to be right back.